My name is Trey McCampbell, and I like things loud. I like things big. Give me a stage and a big old amplifier, and I am a happy boy. Yeah, I've done some pretty big and loud things. But now, I'm ready to just break it down, chill with an acoustic guitar, a cup of coffee, and some talented friends. This is live from the Tiny House of Rock. Craig Wilson. Wow, what can I tell you about this dude? Well, hailing from Detroit and having arrived in Nashville by way of New York City, he is truly one of the hardest working people in the music business. Craig is a top 10 Billboard charting songwriter. He's also a performer, a producer, a band leader, a manager, and a label owner. Whew. While much of the music industry has been ailing due to the pandemic, what's he done? He only launched a successful music label and digital production company, and wrote and produced a #1 song with David Archuleta. On a personal note, Craig and I have logged thousands of miles together, crisscrossing the country as members of Ryan Weaver's touring band. And frankly, I've never had more fun rocking out on stage than when he is beside me. Together, he and I have gotten to play on the Grand Ole Opry. We've gotten to play in front of 300 million fans at the PBR Finals in 2017 and on the center stage at Bridgestone Arena. Craig is a wonderful human being, off the charts talented, and a loving and giving person. I am proud to say he's one of my best friends. All right, here we go. Hey, Craig Wilson!
Hey,
thanks
doing?
for coming.
Thank you for having me.
That wasn't staged at all.
Not at all.
Man, welcome.
At all.
You're my first official guest on the Tiny House of Rock, live at the Tiny House of Rock.
Thank you.
And so we got music coming.
Yes.
And so what I thought we'd do, instead of just, I could just turn you loose and just be like, hey, Craig, go play.
That'd be a bad idea. Let's not do that.
It wasn't a...
Don't turn Craig loose.
No, okay. But I could have just turned you loose to play. I thought, let's talk, and then let's talk about songs.
Yeah.
And so I've kind of told everybody we have a history here.
I love that. Like, I feel like most people in life don't have a title and a name for the moment they meet.
That's right.
Right. We actually had we could trademark that.
That's right.
Literally the moment we met is called the bass drop, and there's a reason for it.
Maybe. Okay. So to explain, and maybe I'll edit this in because I found the video the other day. So everybody, as you said, needs to be able to name the moment they met, right?
Yeah.
So Craig and I met on stage with Ryan Weaver in 2013 or
I think it was 13. It was 13.
It was CMA Fest week.
Yes,
right
here in Nashville.
In
CMA
Nashville.
Fest week. Mm-hmm.
You were playing with Carrie Lee.
I was playing with Carrie Lee, an artist from New York that I tour with.
Yeah.
Did tour with. And we came down to play CMA Fest, and we were opening for you guys.
At
Margaritaville, the upstairs showcase room.
Wow. And it was one of those wonderful nights where, just like everything that happens in Nashville, we were the headliner.
Yeah.
So, of course, by the time we got on, they were running an hour and a half late. There was nobody
Everybody was gone.
Everybody was gone.
So we went out and we played, and then we were about the only audience left for you, unfortunately.
Right. Well, you guys played right before us.
We played right before you, and then we waited around to see you play because we wanted to see, a real Nashville act. It was either weeks after, I think it was just weeks after I moved here. It was very quick after I moved here. And Carrie did not live here. She came in from New York.
Right.
And anyway, so we're sitting in the audience watching you play, and the very first song Weaver's set, which is still the first song.
It's always the first song.
To this day.
Yeah. Good Year for the Outlaw.
Good Year for the Outlaw. And the first note of the first song is a big rockin' big chord. And Trey is playing bass.
Right.
And he hits the big chord, and his bass strap that holds his bass onto his body snaps.
Yeah, just broke. And it came off in my hand. I hit like this, and then whoop, the bass comes flying out. Now I'm holding it in my hand, still holding the chord.
Yeah. And the rest of the band doesn't notice this because it's a very high energy show, so you're all jumping around stage. Nobody sees it. So Trey is standing there on one leg, holding the bass with his knee, trying to play this big rockin' bass part.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh my God, the guy's bass strap! What do we do?" And I happen to have my guitar sitting there with a guitar strap on. I said, "Well, I'm just gonna get the guitar strap." So I open my guitar case, I grab the guitar strap, I run on stage. And while he's playing, I said, keep playing. Keep playing. Yeah. And he's about, I don't know, a foot taller than me or something. I said, keep playing. And I wrap my arms around him like I'm hugging him. And I take off his bass strap, strap my guitar strap to him. While doing it. And because he's about a foot taller than me, he says, "Thanks, man. I'm Trey." I said, "I'm Craig. Have a good show." And he gives me a kiss on the forehead, and I run off. And that was how we met.
That's how we met.
From the moment that we wake up to the end of every day, feels like a river rising. All we hear about is hate. But I'm not losing hope. No, we're not alone. Say love. Why do we wait so long to call you? Say love. When you're the only one we need, and when you speak, I'm gonna listen. From here on out, I'm living in the name of Saint Love. Yeah, I know you've always been there, but we shut you out somehow. I'm sorry we ignore you. I know it's gotta let you down. You think you'd had enough, but you don't give up on us. So say love. Why do we wait so long to call you? Say love. When you're the only one we need, and when you speak, I'm gonna listen. From here on out, I'm living in the name of Saint Love. Saint Love. Why do we wait so long to call you? Say love. Oh, when you're the only one we need. Yeah, say love. Why do we wait so long to call you? Say love. When you're the only one we need, and when you speak, I'm gonna listen. From here on out, I'm living in the name. I'm living in the name of Saint Love. Oh, Saint Love. Wish I could, but I just can't. It's like trying to make me dance when I don't even know how to stand. It's alright, don't feel bad, 'cause I know you're the best thing that I've never had. Oh baby, I'm not blind. You're perfect and I know it. So stay the night. Then I gotta let you go and never let you get beneath my skin. I just can't break again. So you can come upstairs, but I can't let you in. If you want to pretend while the lights are off, this is love we're falling in, go ahead, I'll play along. Like the stars when the sun comes up, all we had will be gone. Oh baby, I'm not blind. You're perfect and I know it, so you can stay the night. And I gotta let you go and never let you get beneath my skin. I just can't break again, so you can come upstairs, but I can't let you in. honest with you, there's just some doors no one will ever walk through. Oh baby, I'm not blind, you're flawless and I know it. So stay the night, then I gotta let you go.
Okay, so that was Saint Love.
Yes.
That is a very, very cool song.
Thank you,
And
man.
very timely. And I just really, really hope that the recording does it justice.
Me
'Cause
too.
Because that was awesome. But then also, I had not heard Come Upstairs either, which is also a new one.
That's brand new.
Okay.
That has actually, I don't know that I've ever actually played that out before.
Right.
So this might be the first time anybody's ever heard it.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm
Oh, that's
debuting that
awesome.
one tonight on this show.
Debut.
Yep.
All right, there we go.
So that'll get you millions of hits.
Dude, so many hits
Yeah.
coming from this.
I literally
Just
have
seriously.
tens of fans.
Dude, well, it's great because on my morning show, I've got 30s of people that watch.
Perfect.
I got 30s
We're
of
gonna
people
take this
that
to the
watch.
top of the charts.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. So, as a songwriter, you've written with all kinds of different people.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody that? Okay, so who's somebody that you haven't chased down and gotten to write with yet that you want to in Nash
Oh
Vegas?
God, there's so many.
Was this a bad question?
Yeah.
All right, so let's pick top two.
Man. Gosh. I mean, okay, I can tell you that one of my idols, all-time songwriting idols from when I was a kid, is Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
Love Bruce, so if I ever met or got to write with him, I would,
Okay.
excrete extremely.
You fanboy out,
I would
wouldn't you?
fanboy. Big time. Yeah, he's one of the ones I would fanboy.
Right.
But it's interesting when people ask, like, I get asked a lot what I listen to,
All right.
and it's kind of the same answer, is that I find the most interesting stuff is not necessarily stuff that's on the radio. It's the people I'm writing with who are not discovered yet.
Oh, that's cool.
Because there's more of a surprise there, right? So for me, like, if I say, like, let's say, I don't know, Shane McAnally, big hit songwriter in Nashville, or Keith Urban, or whatever, somebody people know. Great songwriters. And, like, would I like to write with Keith Urban? Absolutely. It'd be really fun. It'd be amazing. Shane McAnally, sure, of course. But I've heard them so much, I kind of know what to expect. What's really fun for me as a songwriter is when an artist comes in, and I on purpose this is kind of backwards. Most writers usually like go do their research and they look the artist up online and listen to
Right.
their whole catalog to get a feel for what they do.
Right.
I'm kind of different. I kind of like to write the song that's in the room that day. And so when an artist comes in, I like to just sit and talk and just find out what's on their mind. And as we're having a conversation, there'll be something. There'll be something they say that's like, ooh, there's something good.
That's a
There's a
thing.
nugget. We gotta go deeper
That's
on
a
that. We
thing,
gotta go in
yeah.
there. And so like that to me is fun because it's a surprise. It's something you didn't know you were gonna go in and write that day. You didn't know what it was
Yeah.
gonna sound like coming out. It's like, oh, cool, man. And that's fun. Is like that's what's fun about songwriting is that puzzle. It's that discovery. Is that you go in with literal nothing. It's like to me, it's like magic because there's nothing. There's air. You go into
Right.
a room with air, and you come out with this thing, this piece of art, this song that lives on forever. And like that's literal magic to me. That's amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And I think that for me, in being on the outside looking in, even for as long as I've known you, there's days when you're like, wow. We just walked out, like you were just talking about something
Yeah.
that you wrote with Ryan last night. You were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is. And
Yeah,
I'm
it was
thinking,
great. Yeah.
And there's been other times that you've had other kinds of writes where like, yeah, it was good. It's like, and
Yeah.
I can just sort of tell there's different levels of the magic, right?
Totally.
But that's what this whole town is built on.
Totally.
Is going through the process.
Yeah.
And you're mining for gold. You're gonna have
Yeah.
to look at a bunch of rocks to get to the really,
Yeah.
really good ones. And
Yeah.
that is really cool. And that's what keeps you
Oh, it keeps you going. It keeps
Yeah.
you, and you get better at it. You certainly get better at it. But I think the biggest thing I've learned as a songwriter and I'm still learning. My process has changed a lot because in Nashville, because it's a song town, kind of the thing artists and writers do is they go into these rooms every day. There's hundreds of artists and writers on Music Row going into these rooms writing songs. So at any given time on Music Row, there's literally hundreds of songs being written, right? And every day. And they go in to write, and they book these like 3-hour sessions, right? And you go from 11 to 2 or 1 or whatever, and you go in and you write your song, and like you get conditioned because you book these 3-hour sessions. Cat break?
Cat break.
You get conditioned because you have these 3-hour sessions that you need to go in and write a full song in 3 hours and be done and bang it out and get done. It has to sound like a hit. It has to sound like a hit. It has to sound churn it out. And more often than not now, I would rather go in and I end up sitting and talking with the artist for like 2 hours out of the 3 hours. Because to me, once you get good enough at writing, because writing is a skill like anything else. You can practice it and you can get good at it, and it's a technical like book work and things like
Right.
that. Once you get good at the book work, the actual technical skill of writing a song, the form, the rhyme scheme, the rhythm, the beats per measure, all that stuff. Once you get good at that, that goes pretty quickly. The hard part is finding something worth talking about. The human stuff is the hardest part, and people have it lopsided. They think like, I'm going to go in with a title, and we'll get a catchy title, and then we'll just bang it out and write it.
Right.
And that's the hard part, is like really spending the time to dig deep and get the stuff that's worth saying.
Yeah.
We were blowing smoke on the riverbed. Your American spirit, I like Marlboro Red. Breaking rules like rebel kids. There's just some things you can't forget. Now I'm stirring up old ashes, trying to leave the past where the past is. But one beer leads to whiskey, and a whiskey only leads to a cigarette. And that heat on my lips always ends in a kiss. It's almost like nothing's changed. I'm still getting burned by old flames. You run your fingers down my neck to those Tom Petty lyrics tattooed on my chest. Oh, you hold me like you'll never let go. Come the morning light, I'll be laying here alone, just stirring up old ashes, trying to leave the past where the past is. And one beer leads to whiskey, and a whiskey only leads to a cigarette. And that heat on my lips always ends in a kiss. I'm almost like nothing's gonna change. I'm still getting burned by old flames like a sorrowful of danger. Once you light 'em up, you can't put 'em out. 'Cause one beer leads to a whiskey. A whiskey only leads to a cigarette. And that heat on my lips always ends in a kiss. And I guess nothing's ever gonna change. I'm still getting burned. I'm still getting burned. Still getting burned by old flames.
All right. So speaking of songwriting and speaking of that song, Old Flames gets me every time.
Yeah, that's a good
every
one.
time.
Yeah.
That's real. That's
Yeah.
what you were just talking about.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that wasn't one of those ones where you just rolled in and said, "Hey, I got a title."
Well, oddly enough, I had the title.
Oh, did you?
I did come in with the title. Yeah, I had the title and the idea. I came into the room. This was written years ago with Katie Offerman, who's an amazing songwriter and artist herself, Texas girl. She's incredible. You'll hear her record pretty soon coming out. But anyway, yeah, I had the idea for a title called Old Flames. But she's just, man, she brought the song to life. She's such an incredible writer and so picturesque and everything. So we really dug in on that one and turned out awesome. And a lot of people like that one.
Well, I certainly do. I mean, every time you play it, I'm like, God, that's so good. And of course, what's funny about it is that I can hear, you could twang it up.
Oh, sure.
And it could be a George Strait song.
Totally, yeah.
Or I can hear, somebody really poppy with a really pretty voice.
Yeah.
It's like it really just.
That's the thing about good songs. It's just a good song. Anybody could sing it. It could be country, pop, whatever. Yeah,
that's awesome. By anybody you mean not me.
That is not true. You could sing that song and make it sound good.
I could not.
That song would make you sound good.
You think so? You think your song is that good? Okay. Duly noted, sir. There's only so much magic you got in your songs. All right, so speaking of money, all right?
Yeah.
We were talking about this next song. Now, I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
But you were describing it to me, and this sounds like the Moneymaker. Okay? This sounds like the Moneymaker because you may have written the perfect country song.
The perfect country song.
I mean,
I think so.
But you're saying but it's not really in the truest David Allan Coe sense of the word.
No.
Not the perfect country song.
Well, it's missing a few key elements if you're talking old school country.
Okay.
Like, there's no truck.
Okay.
There's no dog.
Okay.
Mama. No mama.
No mama. Okay.
Nope. No whiskey. Nope.
Nope.
Wait, there is whiskey. Excuse me. There's a lot of drinking in the song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the song is called Wine or Whiskey.
Okay.
So the song is
So it's like a double...
It's a double entendre. It's basically... it's a cheating song. Let's just get right to the heart of it. It's a cheating song and a drinking song.
All right.
And it's how if you mix wine and whiskey, it's gonna hurt in the morning.
Yeah.
And if you cheat,
it's
gonna hurt in the morning.
I like. So it might be.
Yeah. Might be.
So here's the thing: it could be the perfect country and western song.
Both.
Because around
both
here,
styles.
we like both, kinds of music. Country and western.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. All right, so wine or whiskey? All right, let's give this a shot. See what you think, guys.
Enjoy.
There ain't no doubt about it. We got a little too close tonight. But it ain't our fault this bar is crowded. Damn, how can something so wrong feel so right? It's kinda like wine or whiskey, one or the other, but you never stop mixing. Why you kissing me? I should be home 'cause I've got another lover, but here I am holding you, doing things I should not do. Yeah, wine or whiskey, oh. But we can lay in this bed, we made it. Ain't no one to blame but your dress tonight. I can see what you think, and don't even say it. Damn, how can something so wrong feel so right? I guess it's kinda like wine or whiskey, one or the other, but you never stop mixing. Why you kissing me? I should be home 'cause I got another lover, but here I am holding you, doing things I should not do. Yeah, wine or whiskey, oh. It's a chemical reaction, baby, something's coming over us. It gets so easy to confuse four-letter words like love and lust. So give me a break, let me think I should just walk away. You got your hands all over me, your crossing lines is kinda like wine or whiskey, one or the other, but you never stop mixing. Why you're kissing me? I should be home 'cause I got another wine or whiskey, yeah, one or the other, but you never stop mixing. Why you kissing me? I should be home, cause I got another lover, but here I am, holding you, doing things I should not do, yeah, wine or whiskey, oh, wine or whiskey.
Okay, that song took me by surprise. That was cool. That, I mean, well, not that I'm surprised it was good. I'm just like, I wasn't expecting it I was kind of expecting it to be way sadder and slower.
Right, yeah, you wanted another Old Flames, right?
I was thinking, yeah. I was like,
ballad,
no, that was cool. That's got a little boogie in it and a little bit of, Yeah, I could hear
little stank on it.
I could hear Carrie Underwood and like Tim McGraw doing like a.
I'd be okay with that.
Or something like yeah. Would you like that?
I'd take that cut.
I'll have those guys. Yeah, I'll have
call
those
them,
guys
would
call
you?
you. Yeah, I'll have. That's awesome. All right, so tell me about the thing that you wrote with David Archuleta. That is your current most recent chart topper.
Yes.
I love it. What was it?
Actually, it's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have one that came out after that went to the top of the iTunes charts.
On the iTunes?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. That's awesome.
So it was funny. In 2 weeks, I had 2 top 10s. In 2 weeks.
Oh, dude.
So I was like the talk of the town for 2 weeks. Nobody knows my name now. But a couple weeks ago, I was the man. A couple weeks ago.
What was it? You were joking around because you are so humble. But what's funny is your mock cockiness always catches me off guard because I said something. What was that? I said something the other day and you said, yeah, these days I just say.
Yeah. Do you have a number one?
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a number one?
Do you have a number one?
Dude, which is so funny because that's so not you.
Let's be honest. It was in classical crossover.
Was it classical crossover? Yeah, I have a Grammy. I have a spoken word Grammy
right.
for narration, that kind of thing.
So I had the Archuleta song with Paul Cardall on his record, who's a brilliant pianist, amazing artist. And then it was actually Paul's project, his record, and his record, and it goes with a book called The Broken Miracle. And the record's called The Broken Miracle.
I listened to most of the album on iTunes.
It's amazing.
It is very, very well
There's a lot of other
out,
guest
very
stars
cool.
in the album. He has Thompson Square.
Thompson Square.
Okay.
Thompson Station's
There's a
the
town
town.
in Nashville called Thompson Station. There's a band called Thompson Square. I always get them confused. But
Yeah.
they're on there. There's a whole list of stars, so you should definitely go check out the album on Spotify, iTunes, whatever. But Paul Cardell, The Broken Miracle. Anyway, I met Paul at a publishing company here in Nashville called Anthem, which is an amazing publishing company, and they've been real good to me and helped me. And I met him in the hallway one day. I was there writing, met him in the hallway one day, and we became friends. And he said he came into the writer's room one day, and he had this idea for a song, and he played it for me. He had written it, and he played it for me. Said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Oh, man, it's good." And he said, "Yeah, but you're a great writer. I think you can help make it better." Oh, I said, "Well, I would love the chance to." And so I got my hands on it and kind of reworked some things, and we kind of worked on it together, went back and forth. And I brought in my buddy Jason Lane, who's an incredible writer and producer in town. He's one of my favorite people to work with. And we kind of wrote it together, the three of us, Paul, Jason, and I. And then Jason and I ended up producing the track and the demo, and I sang on the demo. And we sent it into the label and to Paul and his label. And Paul loved the song, and the label loved the song. Everybody loved it. And they were trying to figure out who was going to sing it on the record, because Paul's a piano player. Right.
Okay. Amazing
pianist. But he was getting a bunch of big celebrities to sing on his record. So they had kind of pitched it to a couple country people and a couple artists, and everybody loved the song. And they actually I believe they had somebody lined up to do it. And I was very excited about it. I was honored that I was going to be on the record. And Paul happens to be friends with David Archuleta.
Cool.
And somehow David Archuleta got his hands on the song and heard the song and said, "Hey, I want to cut this."
Oh, yeah.
And I got the call that David Archuleta was doing it. I mean, the guy's sold millions of records and is, platinum selling pop star. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, he ended up doing the song, which was great. And he went into the studio and cut the song. I think they did part of the recording, the band stuff in Utah, which is where Paul lives part time. He also lives here part time. And Anyway, they did a bunch of it, sent it back, and they decided they wanted to go a different route with his vocal. He did an amazing vocal, but they wanted to make it more pop than it was, because originally it was kind of a ballad, and they wanted to make it the single off the record with a music video and everything, which was, you know, it kind of kept getting better and better, one of those things.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So we didn't have much time before the record was going to be released, and so I got a call from David's manager one day, driving down Briley Parkway, my phone rings, and she said, hey, David's going to be in Nashville tomorrow to record his new vocal with you.
Oh, wow.
And I went, with me? I'm the writer. I said, yeah, but we figured you know the song best, so you could produce it, because you produce too, right? I went, okay. And we did the demo out of my buddy Jason's apartment.
Oh, my gosh.
So, like, I wasn't going to bring this big platinum-selling pop star to my buddy's apartment. So I had to quick scramble, like, find a studio in Nashville, and luckily I've been working for years with an amazing studio in East Nashville called 4115. They're incredible if you need a studio. And my buddy Charlie, who's an incredible engineer there, called him up, and I said, man, I need a favor. I got to bring David Archuleta into the studio. And he said, okay, man, we'll get you in. So next day we went in, and we went in with David, and I produced the vocal and everything, and it came out. And then, you know, that's the funny thing about records. You get the cut, you get all excited, you find out who's going to cut it, it's going to be amazing. They go and they do it, and the song's produced, and then you wait. Because they have to do all the publicity, they have to get the whole record done, they have to, and you wait. So it was months and months and months and months. It was like 6 months before the song came out.
Oh, wow.
And the song finally comes out, and we were very blessed. It went to, I think, number 7 or number 8 on Billboard.
Wow.
Yeah, it went to number 1 on iTunes. So that was my first number 1, which was great. And I, you know, incredible. Paul's incredible. The song's incredible.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I ended up getting another, the week after that, unbeknownst to me, I got another top 10 on iTunes with another artist in town that I write with, Alyssa Trahan. Her record went top 10.
Wow.
And a couple songs on that. So the good couple weeks.
Yeah, this is what you signed up for.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that is awesome. So yeah, you may be the hardest working man in show business.
One
I will
of
say.
One of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? We're gonna have to do a follow up conversation, because there's a couple of rabbit holes we could go down.
Oh,
so I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you being here. Hey guys. So Craig is available on iTunes. I mean, not under Craig Wilson, but you can go buy his songs. So you can find. He's a dude, just an awesome guy, a great songwriter, a great friend, and if it's cool with you, man, I want to pray for you and for your career.
Thank you.
My guys on the guys on the Tiny House of Rock, they know that we do this on the Obro Show. And give me a hand, brother.
Yes,
brother. Thank you for being here. God, thank you so much for Craig Wilson and the talent you've given him. Thank you so much for blessing him. And God, he's got so much more music to make and so many more people to make smile. God, I thank you for the spirit of love and kindness and charity and giving that this man has in his heart. And God, I ask you to continue to pour out blessings upon him. And may he bring many, many more smiles to many, many more people. And keep him safe as we all travel our separate ways and go about our business until we meet again. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Cool.
Thank you,
dude.
brother. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Yeah, this has been fun, and apparently we're gonna have to do it again just to catch up on all the rabbit holes we didn't go down.
There's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. So,
yeah.
Craig Wilson, people.
Thank you guys.
See you guys next time. Bye.
I will not forget the day I met you. Broken down inside, you looked my way. Like an angel in the night, you filled me with light on that first day. No, I'm not the man that you once met. The day you stole my heart, I was born again. And I'll live for you until my life is through. My heart beats for you. My heart it beats for you. My heart it beats for you. Oh, my heart it beats for you. My heart it beats for you. Yeah, the way you learn to love me can't be easy. I'm not the man you married years ago. Somehow you helped me see to trust God much more than me. It feels like breathing, like letting go. No, I'm not the man that you once met. Yeah, the day you stole my heart, I was born again, and I live for you until my life is through. Oh, my heart, it beats for you. My heart, it beats for you. My heart, it beats for you. Oh, my heart, it beats for you. My heart, it beats for you. I had all but thought my life was over, looking at the years and what they gave. I was stuck in a place, nowhere to escape, trapped by my shame. Oh, I'm not the man that you once met. Oh, the day you stole my heart, oh, I was born again, and I'll live for you until my life is through. My heart, it beats for you.